It's your girl Bondi Blue, and I am back. Yes. Okay. So, since Real Housewives of Atlanta is over for the year, okay, and so they come back at the end of this year for season 11, we're going to do Southern Charm, you guys. I'm not going to go to the past 2 episodes. We're just going to start right where we left off on this past Sunday, okay? So, last week, John, okay, friend of the show, I guess. John is a model. He's cute. He knows he's cute. It's quite obnoxious, okay? But whatever, you're still cute. He was supposed to have a boys' night going on where he invited our 2 main characters' husbands to his home for painting of naked women and alcohol. And then about 20 or 30 young women come in with a couple of guys here and there, and it's a house party. And I'm like, oh, what casting director did we have to get in contact with for this shit? Okay, like I knew one of the girls. I went to college with her. And I was like, oh, I thought she was singing. Like that's what she wanted to do when we were in college. I don't know what she's doing now, but here she is on Southern Charm looking real cute. I was like, all right, girl, you better do it. You look good, girl. So Tamika was upset. Okay, now let me give y'all a little commentary on Tamika Lee. Okay, Tamika Lee's father was a Saints player, and he wasn't like one of the most known Saints players. It wasn't until his son, Tamika's brother, formed this organization called Son of a Saint. I done been to Dat Dog a couple of times for like hot dog competitions with all the proceeds going to Son of a Saint. Okay, that was the last time I did a Son of a Saint event was at Dat Dog. Okay, now I did not correlate Tamika Lee with the Son of a Saint organization, but to be honest, I live in my own little world. Okay, like, okay. Now Tamika was the traffic girl at Channel 4. Okay, at WWL down here in New Orleans. And now, since she's gotten on this reality show, because Channel 4 would not allow one of their on-air talents to be on a reality show, she had to skip on over to WGNO News with a Twist, which is more entertainment-based than the other 3 news stations. So, when she came on the show, and she's giving you this, oh, I'm bougie. You know, I'm bougie Phil. We live in the upper echelon and all of this shit. Why, girl? Because you went to Ursuline? She went to one of the many, well, not many, but handful of all-girl Catholic schools out here that either white people or rich black people send their children to. And Tamika wanted to let you guys know that she does not represent the hood. She did an article in The Griot, which is an online publication. In the article, she basically let everybody know that she does not represent the hood of New Orleans. And that people hate on her for that. Specifically, African-American people hate on her because she's bad and bougie. And this is what made me want to do this show. Because first of all, honey, okay, regardless of the fact that your parents may have money, you are a traffic girl. And let's be clear, no disrespect to the traffic girls, because I like our traffic girl, okay? So no shade. But they don't make the most money, okay? They do not make the most money. But for her to put on this charade with this rented house, and I'm sure rented cars, acting as though people are hating on her for having, when New Orleans is a place full of influential, successful black people. The neighborhood that she was talking about in Old Metairie, where she lives, where only other black people are NFL players, girl, get the fuck out of here with that shit. There are a whole bunch of lawyers and doctors and politicians who have money that are from New Orleans that live in Old Metairie. It's mostly old white people, to be honest with you, but I wouldn't exactly call it NFL land, okay? So like just her whole little outlook kind of pissed me off, because let's be real. I feel like in New Orleans, you always have a large family, some of which have money and some are poor, okay? Unless you belong to like a certain type of family, like the Charbonnets, where like most of them have money. You know what I mean? Like, or the Landrews. All of them have money. You know what I mean? It just depends on your family. But a lot of people have poor sides of their rich families. It is what it is out here. No, if anything, people don't like you because you have either a bad attitude or you act like you better than them. That's what people in New Orleans don't like. Don't come around here acting like you better than nobody. That's what they don't like, okay? So if anything, that's where they coming from. Not from, oh, we mad because she got money. Fuck out of here. How much was you making at WWL being a traffic girl? Go to bed. So she was all mad and shit, which in all honesty, I feel like I felt the same way. If you're going to have a party, and I don't even think they knew, like they saw the picture, so they knew that their men were painting naked women. You need to invite me to something like this. And I trust my husband, but I'm just mad that I didn't get an invite. Because if you're going to have a party and my husband's there, I want to be at the party too. So I understand Tamika on this front. And I understand why she felt the way she did. And her friend Reagan, which is her white friend, you know what I mean? She has to show you that no, her close friends are white. And I'm like, what, you want a cookie, bitch? So Reagan and Tamika came to get their husbands, Jeff and Barry. Jeff used to play for the Saints. Don't play for them no more. She worried about her husband. She trying to move into an apartment in the French Quarter and leave him in the suburbs, in a country, because she think he has a drinking problem, which is making some of his brain injury issues worse. Now, they're not saying that he actually has them, but they know that because he played in the NFL and has had various, concussions, that he could possibly be having a deteriorating, brain motor or whatever the shit could be going on in his brain right now, and the alcohol could be just making it worse. Okay, so she's worried about him, and instead of dealing with that, she's trying to run from him and take her ass to get an apartment in the French Quarter. Hurt her man feelings, okay? She got a jewelry line. She went over there to, a European country and saw that they had a whole bunch of like door knockers that were like animals, like lions, and you have the ring that comes down that you use to knock on the door. It's very cute. She made a jewelry line out of it. In this episode, she decided to release a line of like lapels, like jewels for on men's suit lapels and cufflinks and stuff like that. And it's all very, very cute. But the whole point of this is that Jeff, her husband, who is now retired, okay, she spent the first half of their relationship supporting him, and now he's doing that for her. But he definitely rises to the occasion and stays in her corner. And she says, oh, babe, I need this done. And he gets it done. But they go to this party, and she asks as if she can't trust him, and so did Tamika. Like, Tamika was saying, I could trust my man, but I don't like the fact that you trying to bring all these little young bitches around him, making it harder for him to be faithful. And I totally understand where they were coming from. They came in there and wrecked shop. I'm sorry, but I want to know what hood you come from, Tamika, because they look like some of the same hood shit that the hood would do. Okay? The hood girl would have showed up and did the same shit, okay? She might have broke some shit, but she would have had the same type of energy, if not a little bit more aggressive, but the same forethought, bitch. Why are you trying to set my man up to get some of this young free puss walking around here, okay? So I don't know what difference she thinks that she is, or what look she thinks she's portraying, but girl, you are being the regular, all in your business black girl that's from New Orleans, boo-boo, okay? Because I was looking at you like they mad at her, but I'm that same type of bitch. They be mad, but you be like, man, the fuck wrong with you? I don't care. Like, no, I'ma say it, whatever. That's what I got from her. But anyway, so they grab their men up and leave the party. Jeff forgets his jacket and has to go back for his jacket. He gets in a car. Reagan is pissed off with him, all in her emotions. She drunk too, and she hits his painting, and the painting is still wet, of course, so now the paint is on his suit. He pissed off because he like, see, if it was you, if it was the reverse situation where I had knocked your painting onto your dress, I would be going to rehab right now. Why is it that you can be irate and have an attitude and get like this when you're drunk, but I act like I act when I get drunk and I got a fucking brain injury and I'm, disabled or some shit. He was very upset about just the thought behind the way she was like addressing him. I'm scared. I'm worried about you. Oh my God. After you done came in here telling him to shut up and treating him like a child and shit. So I'm guessing he is feeling a lot of things. So he was like, fuck this. He got out the car and started running. Mind you, they're in Belle Chase. Okay? Like Let me make y'all understand something. Belle Chase is the country, okay? There are not a lot of Navy bases in Belle Chase, okay? A lot of on the side of the road places you can stop and get fruit and vegetables, okay? Plants. All right, you can get seafood in Belle Chase, but what you don't want to do is be on the side of a construction site in Belle Chase at night, fucking looking for your husband who is out here running like he going through basic training. No, that is not what you want. And they live all the way in Covington. He was like, I'm going to get home. Sir, no, you're not. No, you're not, sir. There's water separating you. No, sir. No, you're not. There's a whole bridge that you got to get on to get from Belle Chase to Covington, okay? He needed to get his ass in that car. So Reagan is in the car crying, and she calls Tamika and Barry. Barry shows up. Tamika gets in the car with Reagan, and they drive home, and then Barry goes and gets Jeff and gets his ass in the car, and they drive home because his crazy ass was going to be out there running around in circles talking about, I'm about to go home from Belle Chase to Covington. Go to bed, Jeff. That wasn't going to happen, okay? So let's get to Justin. Justin is a lawyer out here, okay? I've seen him before. Justin is, you know, your normal gentilly boy, had both of his parents. They upper middle. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know Justins of the world, okay? So he cool with me, all right? I think he funny. You know what I'm saying? I like him so far. So he has a girlfriend, Chelsea, who he's been with for a little under a year, and they've just been living together for a couple of months. And now they're trying to get the house redone. So now they have to, once the banking and the money part goes through, they will have to move out of their house and possibly into his parents' home for 3 to 4 months while the house is getting worked on. And I feel like you're just trying to create drama for this fucking show. Because I don't care whether you a mama's boy or not. You are not going to take your girlfriend, not your wife, to go live with your people until the construction is done on the house that you and your girlfriend are about to move back into. Let's not, even though the mama say it's okay, this seemed like some for TV shit, okay? Justin, you need to go get you a spot somewhere, bruh, okay? Go to the extended stay, fine. Look, do whatever you got to do. But what we not about to do is go live with our people unless they have a house that is separate from the house that they live in. But that's just uncomfortable. I don't care what nobody say. And Kelsey is like, you know, that's going to change the dynamics of our relationship, right? And it's like, abso-fucking-lutely. Abso-fucking-lutely, this is going to be uncomfortable. But you go ahead and make that move and think that this is not going to put pressure on y'all relationship. 3 to 4 months? Oh, Lord, that's 90 to 120 days. No, ma'am. Not 2 grown people living in another 2 grown people house that just so happen to be the parents. And he a mama's boy? Girl, don't do it. Okay, don't do it. So Reagan comes over to Tamika's while she in there fake baking cookies for her 2 little girls. They cute. Jeff goes over to Barry's gym. And they all basically talk about how Jeff obviously has some issues that he needs to go get checked out. Okay? Because Barry feels like he blacked out, and he feels like he blacked out, and he's sorry. And Tamika and Reagan are talking about how, you know, how worried she is about him. You running from your problems with this man by thinking you about to go get an apartment in the French Quarter and leave him in Covington. If y'all know that this is like a hour drive, okay? Like, come on now. We not about to do that. How do you expect to work things out with your husband and be there for him if he's mentally deteriorating in any way? He needs his wife with him, not running her ass in the French Quarter to be free. Like, this is a, you know, not a death do us part type situation, Reagan, okay? Girl, get it together, okay? So, look, she got her jewelry line shit popping, and it's the whole little presentation, and we out here for it. And, it's just obvious that Jeff definitely steps up and takes a part in her business. So I just kind of feel like she needs to get her mind together, because as much as that man has been for her, there's no way that she should be turning her back on him in any type of way. Because even with that going on, he still showed up and pulled all of that shit together for you to just come in there with your whole bottle of wine and your glass of wine and your dress, so you can just come in there and be cute and present your jewelry. He out there carrying shit, setting stuff up, putting pictures on the wall. Girl, don't you fucking dare. You could lose that man if you want to. There's some thoughts out here that will see Jeff and jump on him so quick and you wouldn't know what to do. So John shows up to the party in a jacket with no shirt on. I was like, Then, of course, y'all know they gotta have the Mardi Gras Indians show up. Y'all, let these Indians make their money. That's all I'm gonna say. So Reagan has a friend named Rachel who's married to a football player named Mike McKenzie. And right now she is going through some of the same issues with him having, having his brain injury issues happening, to where she sends him to the grocery store and he comes back with none of the shit on the list. Like, it's bad. So that's the person she needs to be talking to about this situation, because, you can't go through that by yourself. You really can't. But you also can't just turn a blind eye to it and act like it's not happening, because it's too stressful for you to really take in. So Tamika decides that her and her shorts gonna put her nose all up in Justin's business. Now this, I would not care to have a conversation about, especially not on camera, okay? But she's drinking and she asked Justin, does he think that Kelsey is the one? And because he didn't say yes, she thinks as though he shouldn't be trying to live with her and do all the things he's doing with her if he's not really trying to marry her. Let's be real. Y'all are of the age that ain't nobody got time to be out here dating people and living with them if they're not the fucking one, okay? And if you can't say that and all you can say is y'all moving slow, it make us feel like she not the one. So Tamika, I get it, bitch. I totally get it. I get it. When she was saying it, I was like, well, she ain't it. But it just wasn't the time or the place for that. And it damn sure wasn't the time to have that conversation with Kelsey walking right up. But she wasn't about to lie and say they wasn't talking about it, because they was talking about it. So Kelsey walks up and now she's uncomfortable now that the conversation has been explained to her. And Reagan sees that one of her guests is uncomfortable. And she wants Tamika to fucking stop, because this is not the time or the place. So Tamika walks off and goes to talk to Jeff and somebody else to tell them how now Reagan mad at her, okay? Now, she still got beef with John from that little slutty party that he threw and didn't invite her to. And I'm thinking he about to pull her to the side to have a conversation between the two of them. But he pulled her onto like this little seated area off of the balcony. So her, another lady, him, Quay from Blame It On Quay, y'all know on Instagram, with all the different color hairs and shit, winning social media awards, him and Lala do stuff together all the time. I love his Instagram page, y'all. I really do. He is hilarious. But this scene made me want him to get his ass bust, okay? So look, John acting like a real bitch ass nigga. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to call it as I see it. But you show up greased up in olive oil, matching the other dude that you showed up with, where y'all got on jackets and no shirts under them. Tells me that you feeling yourself a little bit too much for my taste. So I'm annoyed, okay? He brought his little friend, his little girlfriend who came with him. Obviously, he not in a relationship with her. She was just some pretty arm candy to show up with him. Quay, I don't know why the fuck you here, because I ain't never heard that you was from New Orleans, so I don't know what you was doing there. But so John pulls Quay in to say, I think she's insecure because she's upset that I'm having all these women around her husband. And it's like, until you've been married or even been in a relationship or even felt as if you would not want your partner to be out here cheating on you, or having a fine-ass husband and knowing how bitches be, do not want to have your husband in a room full of women like that with you not close enough to make hoes feel uncomfortable. Okay, I'm sorry, but I understand Tamika and Barry understood his wife, because if the shoe was on the other foot, it would be hella rapey, but he would still feel uncomfortable with her being in a room full of men and then, sitting up there painting naked dicks and all of this type of stuff. He would feel some type of way too, because he knows how it is to be in a relationship. But then we got John, who's obviously putting out whole type energy. No, of course you're not going to understand it. But to be sitting up there trying to get your friend Quay to chime in and make her seem insecure in front of all of these people, I didn't like that shit either. And I would have popped off, because Quay, I know you, but I don't know you, and you don't know me. So you don't need to be fucking calling me insecure. You need to be sitting in a corner kikiing, minding your motherfucking business. But it's obvious that you wanted a scene. You wanted some airtime, and then you got it, okay? So he walking off calling her insecure, screaming it out loud and shit, just being a real punk under pressure, okay? You can take it how you want it. I don't really give a fuck. So then, okay, because I felt like he was pushing buttons on purpose to try to get a rise. But he didn't get the rise out of Tamika. He got it out the husband, Barry, who felt some type of way because Tamika was like, oh, he's just a parrot because he just keeps saying insecure even though he doesn't know her. He wasn't there. So why is it that you keep repeating something, you know, like telling a woman you don't know that she's insecure? That's, you know, like what the fuck is that about? Like who does that, right? So she calls him a parrot. He says, at least I don't look like one as he walks out the door. Bitch made is I don't know what. So Barry get up and say, bruh, take your ass on. Don't be disrespecting my wife. As soon as he walks up, this is when Quay is like, I will sue you. I will, as long as you don't touch me, because I will sue your ass. I will sue you. I'm like, oh, we taking it straight there, huh? You gonna sue somebody. You gonna run your fucking mouth, and when somebody step to check you, now you wanna yell sue. Barry is not a dumb brother, okay? He's not stupid. So he was like, oh, all right, I see you. Take your faggot ass on, okay? And everybody was like, oh my God, he said faggot ass. I'm sorry. No, I'm going to tell y'all why. I'm going to tell you why I'm laughing so hard. Y'all know I'm bisexual and I'm in the community and I don't like anybody being homophobic. Please understand me. But out here in New Orleans, you, like, nobody has kuta decorum to give a fuck about what's politically correct right now. Let me tell you, these dudes from New Orleans, that's why I'm laughing, because she trying to act like they so bougie and so upper class, but they handle situations just like the regular hood people who live down here. So Tamika, you may not feel like you representing for us, but y'all showing the fuck look like y'all representing for us. He gonna have to apologize. He gonna have to apologize because the gay community gonna get upset and be like, so you're calling all of us faggots? You know, that's like, you know, and then next week, Justin is like, you're gonna have to apologize because that was just like, you know, if a white man calls you nigga, and I'm like, okay, if you feel like that about it, definitely somebody needs to be apologized to. But I felt like Barry felt like Quay was trying to press buttons and got a reaction. I don't think he meant it as somebody who's homophobic and calling somebody a faggot. I think it was, you out here acting like a bitch and you don't want me to put my hands on you, so take your bitch ass on. And that's what he should have said. He should have called him a bitch instead of calling him a faggot, because that's not the right word. That's just not the right word in 2018. Look, all my gay men, if y'all were offended, please don't be. Y'all know I love y'all, okay? Look, I love y'all, all right? No dates, all right? But anyway, y'all, that was the episode. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. That was Southern Charm New Orleans. I'll see y'all for Southern Charm New Orleans next week. If you come back, bitch. Love you, bye.